You're watching. This is the Westside Button Masters Tech Talk. We have a couple special guests. Of course, I am your host, Thumper, and I got my co-host, John Boy Coy. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
And the
I
one and
could be
only
the
X the
boss.
T. Go ahead. And the Snow Bunny Master, Schluddy.
Yeah, sure.
And one of our special guests, we have actually formerly known as Average Joe. I almost said his former name, but now SoulSpectre.
Yes, that is me. Formerly known as Average Joe, I am MSG SoulSpectre. How you doing, guys?
Yes, sir. And then we do plan on having the Vape Coach join us here in a little bit. We didn't wanna get a little too late into time. But to start off the podcast, I kind of want to talk about breaking old habits. And I know for me, I have a bad habit of oh my gosh, we are honored. The Vape Coach has entered.
Speaking of the goat, my father. I mean, no.
Welcome, Coach, and welcome back to the scene.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Oh shit! I gotta
Doing
sign
well,
up for
doing well. And so
Are we live?
right, what's that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we're live. We are live. Yes, sir.
Oh shit. Okay, cool.
Um, Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say continue your guys' talk. I don't want to just interrupt.
No. I was actually just gonna start. I was just saying, breaking old habits and a habit I have, and I want to see your guys' insight on what to do with breaking habits, like pressing down to kind of, I don't want to say randomly, but kind of either prematurely or maybe instead of doing down to when you're trying to read a grab, maybe pressing like standing one. Like what did you guys' takes on like maybe not pressing down two so much? Whoever wants to take the floor on that.
Down two more.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Not enough down twos in the scene.
You gotta.
Don't tell that to
honestly,
Jades.
Yeah.
Fucking what we call it, Sindels.
Mm.
But you honestly, you just gotta play against people that are gonna like make you whiff every time. And then you're gonna play like, oh shit, who's gonna just punish me for down twoing because I think he's gonna grab and shit like that. Like you play somebody like high level like Cease, yeah, he's gonna read that shit like every time if he
Oh, yeah.
catches you from your habits. But like an alternative to doing that, if you think they're gonna grab, go with your combo starter or like your string into a combo starter. It's
Okay.
it's like a safer option because you can hit confirm like a string, not a down two.
Mm,
I think the ultimate answer here is like duck OSing. I don't really do it because I don't know how, but generally if I let go of block, it's because I think that the person's coming at me with highs or a grab. So I just come upstairs like with Shang Tsung with his 114. But yeah, down twoing is always a safe option because it's not very punishable in most circumstances. Or but yeah, I just think that punishing. I mean, you're talking about changing old habits.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. You could just do a down one, and when you get comfortable with that, do a stand one because down one's not gonna be very punishable. But if you're reading a grab, yeah, I don't know. I don't block very much often anyway, but like I really don't. Like, I don't know. Whoever's played me can attest to that, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can
like,
attest to that. No, it's
Or just hit training mode, dude, and just have like the AI have it set on either grab or strike, and then yeah. But some characters are really good with their shimmy, so it can be hard.
See now, like what I do whenever because like when you're competing, a lot of the time, like you down two on instinct. Most of the time, you're trying to bait someone to grab while you're doing a roll or something.
right.
But okay, one of the things I feel like as a habit breaker would be better for you to just do it whenever you're baiting someone to grab you, or like as a hard read rather, because like for instance when I do Scorpions 112, you were grabbing very rarely. I want to say like you did it maybe 2 times in the match that we fought Thumper.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that was because you knew I was neutral ducking in certain instances when I was doing the 2-1 and you tried grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like down two is a good answer to like getting space as far as in the neutral, like if you're trying to like anti-air sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like just random down twoing as a habit, it's like it's hard to get out of. Most of the time I feel like you'd have to start doing habits like wake ups instead, like up threes or something. Because nobody just random down twos unless they're Jade. Let's just be real.
Yeah. Or Sindel too, or sometimes Baraka's down two is pretty good. So I mean, I feel
It
like I do
covers
get
so
away
much
with it at
space as
times.
well.
It does. It really does.
Scorpion.
But it doesn't really give you that much damage though. Technically, competitively, like it's not really a great option. Like full combos are better.
Right. Right.
Unless you get the KB off of it, then you're...
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty much the only thing. That's probably what people are fishing for. I know that's what I fish for, is just trying to get that KB.
I feel
And
like
then-
it's situational too. Like depending on your opponent, like you would read whether or not the attacks they're doing are mostly highs.
Mhm.
Like if you were being more disrespectful in the match that we had when I was doing the 1-1s, you probably could have gotten a down two crush off because I was just doing 1-1 and the first one's a high. But
Right.
Yeah, I think it should just come off of grabs. Like, personally.
Hmm.
It's like if
Um.
I'm doing like a fucking string, I just get caught. I'm pissed.
right. I think the only real like characters you could actually get like a down 2 KB crush off every time, like without fail, like you could do it on wake up, you could do it like as a call out, is Noob, because 90% of his shit is highs. His forward
Yeah.
two's high, his standing one's a high. The only mid he's got is back one and it's stubby. Like
Liu Kang as well is one too.
Hey, Nude's back
Right.
one.
But no one really uses Liu Kang's 1-2 though, like that. They're not that stupid, competitively at least, usually.
Yeah. Exit,
just
did you
gonna
want
do
to chime in on
down
that?
He doesn't. Never in his life.
Because it's a habit.
Ye-
It's because you're Jade and you're being disrespectful as fuck. You know who you are. You know who the fuck you are. So,
But for me, yeah. Yeah. Right. 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 That makes sense. Makes sense. Pond, did you have any did you want to chime in on that?
No. I think he covered it pretty well.
All right, for sure. Anybody else have any maybe old habits maybe they might want to talk about, bring up? Um, Maybe that they see
Oh
other
yeah, I
players.
can't tech throws. My brain doesn't work like that.
Mine too.
I can't tech those for shit
Well,
either.
Well, if you have a hard time teching throws, just keep yourself like you keep your frames like okay. For instance, the way I learned how to do it when I was playing Scorpion, I do 1-1-2, and if someone grabs, your frames are not negative, but they're in neutral, so you're able to tech easier. But as far as like what way they're throwing, that's kind of just like a you thing. It's 50-50.
When somebody grabs me, I literally just accept my fate. It's literally what happened. Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm teching. I mean, I can tech throws. That's just only when I'm mashing though.
The only throw in the game I can tech is when Joker has his fatal blow. I will mash circle, and that is about it. Or his fatal blow cancel rather. And that's me mostly just trying to press down 4. So either way, I'm not getting hit by that. But yeah.
That's the only time I feel like I tech throws when I'm mashing, and I hate doing that because I feel like a scrub. But that's literally the only way I fucking feel like I can legitimately tech throws is just mash out of it.
Facts.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, just mash.
I think one of the things I
Exactly.
do
Yes.
to like
Yes.
keep myself from getting grabbed, like, because another problem is when people have like a crush loaded or something, right? Because you tech wrong or whatever.
Sorry, real quick. I just want to make sure that everybody has their party share on. Sid in chat said somebody can't be heard.
I think it was Exit. He said that I think it was during when the time Exit was talking. Yeah, I think so.
Everybody in chat, get into the party. It's the only way you're going to be able to hear.
Oh, you're right. Okay. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Exit.
Sid, Exit said you're a
Sid.
bitch.
Yeah, we were all gonna jump on it right now. I love how we all were gonna jump on it. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Joe.
just whenever they have the crush loaded, I get like anxiety, so I don't really like to block too much. So when they're like let's just say they're doing like down 1 and then they're just grabbing because they know that if they just keep spamming that, like, I can't tech every single grab, right? So what I usually do is I'll short hop if I think he's about to grab again, so then I don't have to deal with that tech bullshit. I can just fuck him up for a full combo, you know?
Right.
But it's very situational. I mean, in all reality, like, a lot of the grab techs that we always do don't always fall through in every match because every match is different.
Yeah. Right. I guess you got to kind of know the matchup too. Like, I guess, Exit would always point out to me whenever I play against a Jackie, they're mainly going to do a back throw. So you want to try and tech back, and 9 times out of 10, Joker's going to fake his or oh my gosh, the fatal blow, and then he's gonna throw forward because that's how he's gonna get that KB.
Right.
It's also about how you know knowing the person.
Mm.
Knowing like the person you're playing. Like if I run into you in casuals, it's like, all right, cool. I know this person's gonna try to fuck me over and try to stagger me into a grab, or stagger me into another stagger into blah blah blah. It's just after years of playing, you kind of know the people, which is why I don't really like Combat League because I don't really play it, and if I go there, it's a whole different basically scene. And I feel I don't like the idea of getting 2 games to figure somebody out or 3 games when, I don't know, but I understand the system. It's just,
It's interesting he's touching on that subject because 9 times out of 10 when you're doing competitive stuff, at least online and sometimes offline, they're against people you play against all the time too.
Yeah.
So like he does have a point. Familiarity is a thing.
Oh yeah.
When I was
That's why I don't play Thumper anymore.
Hey, I feel that, man. I stopped playing him too. Shit.
I know we hadn't played until like recently. Oh, there's Exit back.
Right. But
Yo.
like when I was doing Rossi's stuff, his Friday Night Fight stuff, the thing I hated was going against the RGF sweats. Like every time I'd be like, man, what is it with me always getting Trin or me getting Cinco or and I know who I'm going against. It's either the Sub-Zero or you know what I mean? And it's like it's funny because those people helped me figure out the matchup, and like when I fought against other people, they couldn't really get me as confused because the habits that Trin had instilled upon me made me learn the matchup better, I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. They conditioned you pretty much.
Right. And I had to learn the matchup. So like in essence, like competing against people even when they're better than you is sometimes a good thing because it levels you up slowly.
Right,
Definitely. Which I feel like helps,
Oh my gosh, Sid. He said, "Please have the new guy who entered the chat introduce himself." I'm guessing that's Exit. He said, "What's up?"
What's up, Exit?
Surprise, Sydney.
Great fucking movie, by the way.
That was a good one.
Yes. And then so the next thing I found out, of course, or well, what you guys are gonna find out is Joe or SoulSpectre. He's actually from the same state as I am. And I just wanted to ask a couple questions. Is there actually a scene up north New Mexico, or not really?
For competitive?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I haven't delved too deep into the local competitive scene just because I've been trying to refine my skills online. But it's definitely crossed my mind to look at that. I just hadn't gotten around to it actually, to be honest.
Okay. I was just curious because I've only heard of like one tournament, and that was during the summer, and there was people from here in Las Cruces where I'm at, which is southern New Mexico. For those that are listening.
And we always have that kind of rivalry shit.
Yeah, and there's always the northern New Mexico versus southern New Mexico
it's
thing
like
going.
Fucking oil and water, guys. We do this shit all the time. Baseball, basketball. It's
Football.
Always Las Cruces versus the North. I swear. Oh, shit.
And so I was just curious about that, and if there was, I'd like to hear more about it. But since there's not, I'll move on. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, dude, no. When I figure that out, we'll get back to you on that. There'll be a part 2.
Yes, definitely. And a big thing for me, I do want to formally welcome back the Vape coach, who took a little hiatus. So how are you feeling, Vape coach? Are you coming back to the scene?
Good. My brain broke. And yeah, dude, I'm feeling a lot better now, especially with what I kind of know I'm getting into now. And
right.
I don't know, it'll be severely reduced. And I was just doing way too much. And eventually he said, nope, not doing this anymore. And then a lot of people kind of followed me over and talked to me. And like we had a great conversation with a bunch of people. And I decided, you know what, you don't have to stop, just do a lot less, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So,
right.
So yeah, I'm right now. I'm doing 1 day a week, and I feel like that's completely manageable. And yeah, I was very happy with the reception, and not only that, but the support of everybody. So thank you guys, and Yeah, it's good to talk about mashing again.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, shit. We definitely missed you in the scene. It was kind of odd not having you around in the scene. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, I know I had reached out, to make sure everything was all good, and I'm glad to hear that there was a good group of people that did that too, because I
No,
was kind of like, holy shit, like he just said kind of like, screw it, I'm
that's
gonna
kind of the
split,
thing about me is I don't do any like, hey
half-ass
guys,
in,
so I think no, I'm all the way out or all the way in. That's kind of how I'm kind of an all or nothing type of dude, and that's that's kind of how I do things. But um,
Well, you don't
shit.
owe an explanation.
That's
You
kind of what
don't.
I'm thinking. No, but at the same time, it was a resource for a lot of people. Not a resource, but it was effectively a good place for people to come to, and they were not relying on it, but they were expecting it.
I was
And what
looking
I
forward
was
to
do-
it, yeah, definitely.
yeah, and what I was doing was after a while, I was putting basically everybody else before me, and I was missing wrestling practice. I was doing this, I was doing that, just making a lot of decisions that maybe weren't so smart, just because I was excited about how many views or how much traffic or how many people were signing up. And
Right.
at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, man, like, you know, not what am I getting out of this because I was, but it's basically like, I don't know, just we just needed a break. And my plan was initially just, leave for a year, work on myself, lose some weight, coach my kids. And then after I kind of decided that, um, how do I explain? After I decided that I could keep doing this, just not at the pace I was doing it because it was a breakneck pace.
Hmm.
Um, then I decided, you know what, I can manage this. I'll just do it severely reduced. That's where we are. And if things open up in the future, then I'll definitely explore more avenues. But what do you call it? I don't think I'll be doing an exhibition series again. I cannot explain to you how tough that is to manage.
Oh, I'm
And
sure.
the way I was doing it, at least, I know there's some people that don't really put maybe as much work into it. I'm not calling anybody out, of course, but um,
Go ahead. No,
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Just kidding.
but no, it's not even people you guys are thinking about. Like,
No, no, of course not.
but basically, the way I wanted to do it, like, like I told you, like I'm all the way in or all the way out. If I'm doing something, I want to do it right and I want to do it perfect. And
Hmm.
the amount of effort I was pouring into it, it just wasn't sustainable. Especially 2 seasons, dude. I don't know, I was averaging like 2 hours of sleep a day, 3 hours of sleep, and yeah, my brain broke, man. But that's all over, man, and here I am.
Hell yeah. No, we're really glad to have you back, definitely. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to the streams. I just loved the energy on there. Ketchup also said he was he didn't have a job for a minute there in the chat.
You had to go get those government stamps. You had to go get those food stamps, bro.
Yeah, he had to get he
You
had
had to
to
go get
pay
on
his
that government
unemployment.
cheese. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
Um, but I did want to give a shout out to I believe it was Kevin Malone, right? That took over the
Yeah, Kevin M. Cologne.
Cologne. I'm so sorry. I feel like
Called him Malone. It's
yeah,
okay.
I thought it was Malone. I could have sworn. I'm so sorry, chat.
Fuck it, it's his name now. I'll inform
Carl
him later.
Malone. No, it's
Um,
good.
And you
but
did.
no, he did an amazing job, and just watching how he did it, that made me just when I did come so much because I was like, holy shit, you can do more than what I was just doing. Um, but yeah, no, he did a tremendous job, man. He did it really great. He's one of the people I look up to in the scene that I'm like, God damn, man. So yeah, now I'm back. I got an event going Sunday. I'm gonna comment with Baby on Brutality Bowl, another great TO.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, and yeah, man, slowly, baby steps. But this is where we are.
Good, good. Also, Sid said, without coach, I don't have wet dreams. Okay,
Well,
Sid.
Aw.
this
That's sweet.
this is true. This is true.
Um, did any of you guys have anything else you want to touch upon? I that was pretty much it from my questions was any like habit breaking, especially the down two thing because that's kind of my bad. Um, That's my bad habit. And of course, introducing the special guest that we got going on. I kind of want to dive more into the local New
Well,
Mexico, but we don't have any of that. And then of course into Vape Coach.
well, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm a TO, for whatever, for better or worse. What do you guys like to see out of events that are ran? If you guys are Thumper, I know you're involved into the competitive scene a little bit, and you dabble with sets here and there, and you just had one against Robin. I watched it last night. That was very good, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
But what do you guys like to see? What is, in your opinion, a well-established show program? What do you like to see, and what do you not like to see?
That is a good question.
Bad music.
And of course we
Bad
don't have
music.
to.
Bad
Of course we don't.
music.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a huge one for me. That shit's such a turn off. Like when
Okay.
a set's going down and there's like some Viking shit in the background, or like remixed Mortal Kombat music. Like really, you're gonna remix the Mortal Kombat 3 songs? Like really? Again? Like I don't know. That's a huge turn off for me.
Okay, so music's one of them.
He's jotting it down.
Anybody else want to touch base on that?
Fucking hate when like people are getting these corny ass fucking jokes. Yeah, I'm calling somebody out, but I'm not gonna say their name. But these corny ass fucking jokes. That shit is so bad.
Give me an example.
We need an example.
Oh, that
Bad
might get a
jokes.
little too close to calling
Yeah,
somebody out.
just dad jokes in general. Like the really bad
I do that
ones.
shit all the time.
No. Like when it's a bad type of corny.
Like
that
force.
shit- But when they're I can't even do this shit. Dude, I just want to say his name so bad when I get fucking doxxed on Twitter.
You get
Wait,
Yeah, well, we don't have to say nobody's names, man.
Yeah, no, we don't have to do that. I think
Probably best we don't.
I do like watching it's been a minute since I was on Babies, or the Brutality Bowl, if you will.
feel like chopping up with your co-host.
I did, yeah, I did like that. I really do like Mitir Lucy. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm saying his fucking name wrong. Lucy, yes.
Lucius Low.
Lucy, I kind of want to say Lucius Low for some weird reason, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he does a really good job, and like he's such a cool guy. He's funny as shit, honestly. And I think he's got a good presence. I mean, you don't really see him, of course, but like his microphone presence is so good. That's what I like to see.
Good, man. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I always like to improve.
He's not afraid. He's definitely not afraid to cut loose. He kind of reminds me of a mature slutty, if you will, if that makes sense.
Oh my god. Oh, and also like schedules, like having like an in-depth like an actual schedule that you're gonna live and die by.
Absolutely. Nothing is more annoying than showing up to an event and someone is like, I don't want to make this too obvious, but having on the fly resubs. It's very nice to
I don't want to
have
make
a
this too
set.
obvious.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's
That's
nothing
great.
wrong with getting a sub when you need it, but when the whole night is resubs, it just becomes like it's not set in stone, you know what I mean? And you don't really have time to make good matchups. You don't have, because you can't just match everybody up with anybody. You're gonna have a lot of just washes. You're gonna have a lot of matches that just don't make sense.
That's
So-
one thing that I really, really kind of struggled with mine with was how do I explain? Mismatches are big and crucial for me. I do not want Cease going up against somebody who's 0-7. At least in the series, or you can just kind of look at the competitor and be like, yeah, this guy's a nice guy and everything, but he clearly doesn't belong in there with this dude. I even
Right.
had people, hey, like they messaged me, hey, can I call somebody out? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, well, I want to fight, Unfazed Moses. I'm like, well, it's not going to be a great match on paper. So I
Right.
think it's in your best interest if you fight somebody else, because Moses is in like first place and this is your debut. And I get it, you don't plan on competing for very long, but how about I give Moses somebody that's actually going to make him struggle and work for his points rather than,
Give
um,
him 3 points.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I get it, but stuff like that. And as far as substitutes go, my biggest pet peeve is I hate making my co-host take a match. And Thumper, I know you've done it for me before, but I
Hmm.
do not like doing it. If you come to my stream, I want you, or if you commentate rather, I want you to know that this is a place for you to relax and talk shit and this and that. And even if it's a match that you're interested in or if you think you can win, I don't like making my co-host take matches because it's like I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with it.
It takes away
And
from the camaraderie that was kind of going on in the first place.
exactly, it's like, oh, now I'm involved in this, and now it's
Right.
it's that, and it's also like how do I explain? Substitutes are cool, but yeah, I don't like having too many of them. There's obviously people I know I can count on. There's people like Crucifix who will never sign up for a day in their life, will not sign up for one event, and somehow plays every single event. It's fucking crazy. But I know I can rely on him, or I could rely on him, and he would still come through. Um, but yeah, and that's the other thing too. I do not like. I know I'm rambling a bit here, but
No, that's fine.
I don't like making people play more than one set in a day because first of all, it's unfair to everybody else, and second of all, it's like, well, how many points can you score? You know, oh, I won 4 matches, so I can score 4 points. Well, it's like no, because not everybody else got that same opportunity. You were kind of doing a favor here. So my rule is you can score 1 point a day. That's it.
Okay.
No matter how many sets you play, that incentivizes players to want to play less, but also it makes it fair for everybody. And if you don't have the amount of people, man, just shorten the matches. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a 6 match card.
Right.
And you know, when it's done, it's done. You know, you've had 6 good matches, hopefully, if you've put it together right, and that's it. You know, call it curtains right there instead of
Right.
you know, because at the end of the day, you know, if you're doing a season, then you can tell yourself, okay, all the matches I had for the season are done today. I don't need to have any more. Anything else extra after that is, what's the point of it? In my opinion, But
Right.
yeah, but yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Kind of touching on the substitute thing though.
You sound far, Joe.
I sound far. Oh, my fault. Kind of touching on the substitute thing. I feel like I like the idea of putting people against somebody sweaty if they're new sometimes because they do pull up upsets. I've seen it happen a couple times.
Right.
Someone new will come in and just rock the dude who's on top shit, and it'll be like the craziest upset anyone's ever seen. That shit's cool. But like, I don't know about all the time, like you were saying. Like, it's just not. It's not always a great look. It's not
But
good
also,
look.
my thing is like, let's say you have a dude. We're just using Moses for example because he's an insane player. What if we have a dude like Moses, who is like 7-0? He's worked for all of his points.
Oh, hey,
And
BT. Go ahead.
what's up, LBD? He's worked for all his points, and then you bring in like a superstar who you know is not going to continue to play in your events. This is just like a one-off thing. Then it feels like Moses got kind of fucked over by somebody that wasn't even, that's no longer going to even be participating in your events. So it's basically like you could have thrown that guy against anybody and they would have lost, but you had to pick your best guy. So there's in my head there's a lot of complicating factors, and when I would do my exhibition series, I tell people I would stare at my list for literally like an hour before I started making matches. I would be like, okay, how's he doing? How's he doing? What's his record? How many has he lost in a row? I don't know. I
Right.
take all that stuff into account, and obviously mistakes happen along the way, but I don't know. Just try to put in a lot of effort for the players that took their time to come play.
I mean, that sounds completely fair. I like the way that that's set up from
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
standpoint, looking on the background. But at the same time, like if he's on the scoreboard, he's the best one of the
He
fighters.
should take him out.
It
is what you're
kind of
saying.
makes sense on paper. It like makes sense.
Oh, I
Like,
understand it goes both
for that-
ways. No, you're right.
Right. But like, I totally understand where you're coming from on that basis. That totally makes sense.
And as far as like mismatches go, we've all seen like, and once again, we're not naming names here, but we've all seen like main events for, and I've even been guilty of it early on, where we see like a main event and we're like, oh, that's not going to be competitive. And you find out that some of the best matches are like in the middle of the card. And so
yeah.
I feel like when you meet...
I'll give an
Go ahead.
example. Flapjack, he did this event recently. It was called Food Fights. It was his first time doing a tournament type event, and the way to get in, you'd sign up, and he would basically put you on the card against whoever, and it's a first to 3. So once you win your match, you get your points, and I think it was like 5 points you could get if you win, 2 points for participating, and it got to top 8. It was the end of the week. He was going to do the tournament, and then instead of doing a top 8, he did a top 12. And it was cool because there were a couple people that kind of worked hard, but that like came at the end of the at the end of the season. It was Hijinks and who was the other dude? Jetring. And there was some really sweaty fights like throughout that whole season. It was really sweaty. I competed that whole season. And I was in the top 16. I fought. I got to the top 8, and I lost to my buddy Dolphin and stuff. But I really wanted to fight against Hijinks or like Jetring because they ended up fighting from like the end. The end card to. To finally get to where they were at, like it was Jetring versus Hijinks. Hijinks took it in a reverse 3-0, and then it was Hijinks versus my buddy Dolphin. And
That's fucking sick, dude.
Dude, it was so sick. It was the hypest thing ever. But like, for me, as far like if you would have looked at it on paper and you would have looked at how many fights I did, I even fought against Jetring before in the food fights. And
that's Flapjack's thing, right?
Yeah, he beat me 3-0. And it's crazy because to me, like, if you would have asked me at any point in time, like during my competition, would I have been able to like fight against all those people that were like really high level? I would have told you, nah, dude. Like, I'm just playing to just compete,
So here's my thing, and just real quick, and just lessons that I learned along the way is it doesn't matter who you are in the scene. If you message somebody, you'd be surprised at their reaction of telling you yes or no. And more often than not, you'll find that they say yes. And I've done that with really, really like what I would consider Hollywood players. They're just like, yeah, I'll come join, or hey, I'll play you some games. You'd be surprised how like nice a lot of these people are. Like you think, oh, they're too Hollywood, they won't do this, they'll do that. You have to realize that they're sitting down just playing games like the rest of us. And you can literally talk to these people. You can message them. I've messaged people that I never thought in my wildest dreams would have responded to me, and they're like, yeah, I'll be there at 7. And I thought that was pretty cool. Something else I learned along the way is some events don't work out as well as you would think. Like King of the Hills are kind of a no-no. They're not very, in my opinion, they're not very successful events. I mean, they can be, don't get me wrong, but like relative to like a tournament, they're not that great. Number 2 is character-specific events. You're kind of limiting your market on that.
Right.
There's a lot of people out there who don't play Spawn, Scorpion, Liu Kang, blah, blah, blah. And I'm a Shang main, and I would love to have seen one, but I just know the market's not necessarily there, and I'm excluding people who I know could also join my events. So,
right.
Just something I think. But yeah, that's me on my little tangent. But yeah. Also, welcome LBD, man. Good to
Yes,
good to
LBD,
talk to you.
thank you very much for joining.
Good to be here, guys. Do you want to interrupt?
Oh, no, you're good. We appreciate that. That's,
What if he did interrupt and was like, hey, fuck everything Vape's saying. All right, this is the LBD show.
Oh, that's the attitude.
He's like, yeah, this guy Vape don't know shit. Hey, don't listen to Thumper. This is the Vape show.
Yeah,
This is the LBD show.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's my style.
Exactly right. That's go ahead, LBD, if there's anything you want to chime in.
Yeah,
we're all ears.
I don't know. I don't know what the original question is, but as you guys were speaking there, one thing that I thought would be really cool. This would obviously take some effort from somebody who wanted to take this on, but it would be kind of cool to have like almost like a spreadsheet of like the regular players that compete in these events, how many events they're participating in, what their win rate is overall, stuff like that. I think that could really help people when they're like matchmaking through different events. Like because we have like I imagine for event organizers like you, Vape, like who's winning and losing on your events, but you're obviously not paying attention to like the other 10 of them or whatever that are going on weekly. So yeah, I don't know. Even if that was like an open spreadsheet that like just players could go in and edit, obviously there'd be kind of like an honor code there. But yeah, I don't know. Just something that I was thinking about a little bit as you guys were talking there.
The problem is players are like lazy, man. That's like the thing, man. Is like it's hard to get them to show up for events, and you tell them, hey, you gotta do a little bit of homework and fill out where you've won and lost. It's basically like it'd be so hard to do. There'd be a few. Don't get me wrong. I know there'd be a few who would be putting in there, and then that would also be like a cool lead into like, I don't know, like a triple crown type of winner. Like, hey, I've won this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That'd be like cool. I'm sure it'd be Cease like everything, but like or Cease or Tweety, one of those two. But like I feel like that'd be kind of a cool thing. Like, hey, I've won Brutality Bowl, Vape's event, Polo's thing, fill in the blank, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, give me like a sword or something, like a fucking, like I don't know what the award would be, but just give me like a fucking katana or something. Like, that's just kind of fun stuff I think about late at night.
Well,
And,
Vape,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say quickly that Vape, like, one of the things that as you were talking there about how you matchmake, that kind of like made me wonder is like one thing I've kind of noticed in our scene is that like there are, I don't know how to put this like gently, but there definitely are like certain kind of tiers of people who are like really consistent in these events, right?
Yeah.
That, like, when you matchmake two of them together, it can be really fun to watch competitive set. But obviously when those are out of line, one person kind of gets slaughtered. And I guess like for you, I imagine a really tough decision is like, when do you decide that somebody is ready to like move up that tier and fight an opponent up there, like above where they usually are? Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, and I don't want to like bore you guys with like how this works and stuff like that, but just coming from like a guy who used to do like wrestling rankings and like all that stuff and plugging people in here, I definitely know what you mean. My thing is like, let's fill in a blank, or we'll just use us here. Let's say that the Exit Hunt is 7-0. He's like the most dominant player here. And let's say
Obviously.
yes, yes, sir. And let's say that let's say for my sake, okay, I'm entering these events and I'm 0-5, and so as an organizer, I can't be like, oh, I can't put myself against Exit Hunt. There's no point in that. But let's say I start winning 3-4 in a row, and now I'm on a streak, and now you can see I clearly shouldn't be fighting these lower guys. I need to start stepping into that upper echelon and start fighting better guys. So then I'll put myself against somebody like LBD. Let's say LBD is like 5-5. Okay, cool. Yeah, these guys have similar records. Let's do it. And let's say I beat LBD. Then in that case, you have to put me against Exit Hunt, because it's either that or you keep having them fight guys lower and you keep letting them build false points, if that makes sense. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this? Like, you can't keep having them fight. You can't be just, beating lower people. You have to test yourself in that case. So I did have scenarios for that, and yeah, I didn't just put people against anybody. That was definitely not the case. And I had about 30 matches to make 3 times a week, and yeah.
Right. I guess I just wonder, like, and sorry if this is like continuing a topic and you guys want to move on. I guess I just wonder if like because that seems like it'd be a hard decision. You have your Ceases and your Tweeties, but but the points that they're going to rack up in a season are going to depend on who they play, right? And you know what I mean? Like,
you just try to contain them. You just try to say, okay, well, if Cease has never lost a season, who is the second guy? Put him against him. Well, he's already played him. Put him against a third guy. That doesn't work. Go knock on Jukes' door, and if he doesn't answer, just you can. There was always somebody interesting for him to fight every week, and not to the same extent, but you work with what you got essentially, and you can't. I don't know. And the other thing is you can't put people up against each other. I never did that twice, if I'm correct. In the same season, I would always have an interesting match. I wanted to know if they came to my stream, it would be somebody else every time.
I got
So
two questions.
it was a lot to do. Go ahead, or for whoever.
One question is, was there any in the matchmakings? Was there any match in particular that surprised you?
Yeah, for sure. But go ahead.
And the second one was just I can't remember. I forget.
Oh, think about it. Yeah, the biggest match that ever surprised me, and I did it intentionally because Times Infinity X had won. I think it was like 6 in a row. Was in like first or second place in my events, and I was like, holy shit! Like Times is good, but I didn't think Times was that good. So I put Times against Unfazed Moses, who had been like just an absolute demon, and Times won that match, and I could not have been more surprised. And that was supposed to be like a roadblock for Times, and ended up surpassing it, and that's why Times won the most improved player of my season last season.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just stuff like that. Like, trust me, upsets do happen, like you said, but I did not expect that, so that was really cool.
I love upsets. Anybody knows from my old gamer tag, that was my fucking thing. Upsets.
Yeah. But yeah, and here we are.
Man, I had honestly forgot what I was gonna say earlier. Man, I really appreciate you guys for coming through. Also, I will be taking any live questions if anybody has any live questions. Let me just type this in here.
See, Sid, he's got a question.
Sid, oh my gosh, I got a question. Why does WBM and especially Thumper treat me like shit? I can answer that for you. I can
He's a
honestly...
closet Aaron Blackmane, that's why. He's a closet Aaron Blackmane. There you go, I said it. I have footage of Sid doing back two into slide. Fucking disgusting fucking cowboy ram-ranched his dick. That's why, Sydney. That's my reasoning, but you guys can go.
What is it?
Oh, go ahead. Vape.
Oh no, I played a set with that guy saying the other day. Is that the same guy, by the way? Is that
no.
Sid?
Is that Sid? No, Sid's a SNWOS. And for me to answer his stupid question, it's because Sid, you come in the chat and you're like, oh, you're bad every single chance you get. So I had to time you.
I like Sid though.
Okay, that's you. But he's just
But
such a menace. He's such a
I
menace.
played that guy saying and
Oh, SSJ? Are you thinking of
yeah, that was a sweaty set, man.
That's
sweaty.
yes, that's we call him SJ, even though it is SSJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was a sweaty
It was
set, man.
SJW, but then it would just cut SJ for short.
exactly.
Yeah, that was one of the more fun sets I've played in a while. It was the guy plays like a crazy man, but I love it, and it was cool.
Yeah, no, he's insane.
So what was the score on that? Set.
10-9 me, but we switched characters a few times, but that was, I don't know. That's the also thing, like since I've noticed I stopped doing events, I noticed I kind of like playing the game more. Like before, I fucking hated it, but now I actually kind of like playing, man. It's cool. I run into LBD every once in a while.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Like the only two people that play casuals at 1 in the morning.
yeah. Well, it's like 10 for me, but yeah.
Yeah,
We're crazy people, man. But yeah.
I got a question for Thumper though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
How did you feel during Brutality Bowl? Like, was it any different from any of your other competitions? Did you feel like comfortable? Like, what was the vibe?
That's probably the second time I've been on Brutality Bowl. And I think I'm not exactly familiar with Brutality Bowl yet, or people that are in it. I mean, let's be honest, there's always pretty much the same people in multiple events. It's funny because I see the same people in Twitch events, and there's like the same people, there's a different cast of people in Facebook events. Like each platform has their own specific people, and like there's like maybe a good handful of people that kind of go in all of those realms.
Is it
So
like a little bit of everything kind of deal?
yeah, yeah. So like Cease, I kind of feel like I see Cease everywhere. Of course, you know, he got to shout out GameStop. That's why he's everywhere.
So you see him in Facebook gaming? I just can't see it.
Believe it or not, I've been
Like,
seeing him. I've been seeing him more often in the Facebook gaming events.
dude,
I
I
could
need to
never
make
see
fun of this guy.
CCTV.
Where is he?
That-
Oh my god.
I tell you what Cease told me, man, about his kind of like mentality when it comes to competing in tournaments. He doesn't care how much is on the line. If there's $10, he will go terrorize a 4-man bracket. Like he will go to the lowest like depths of Reddit forums and find a tournament that has $5 on the line, and he will make you cry. Like he doesn't care who you are. I just think that he just likes competing and like.
I like this
Like,
dude. I want to
Yeah.
fight this dude. What?
Oh, he's really good.
I love that. That's the
Yeah.
only way to get better, man. I'm telling you, that dude's got the right mindset.
Yeah, he doesn't care how much is on the line. He will come and he will fucking make you cry. And but good player, man, good mentality. Seems like he knows what he's doing. And for the better half of I think a year, maybe plus, he's been racking up tournament wins. So that's cool.
yeah.
And it's cool to have people like him in my event, along with everybody else. It's cool to give that guy challenges. You know, it seems like it's usually Cease and Tweety or hijinks and grand finals everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of us are just fighting to stay afloat. But I don't really compete in many exhibitions these days anymore. Anytime I see Shafts there, I will come try to make his life a living hell. So big shout out to Shafts. I will do whatever I can to rob that man blind, but he usually beats me. Other than that, you know, I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. I just like kind of putting on the show, and then. But for y'all that like competing, man, that's dope. Like I don't know.
No
Yeah,
one starts competing.
it's fun. I get a kick out of it. Like I said, in Brutality Bowl, I'm not 100% comfortable yet because, like with Sparks, that was probably the first time I've ever gone against that dude, and I feel like I've gone up against a good handful of like Fujin players. I'm like, okay, I know what to do, but I couldn't close out to save my life against him for some weird reason. And the other day I was just closing out. Oh yeah, maybe exactly. And the other day I was just closing out on polos. I thankfully I beat out Amazing Robin, which I think he's a good player and he's crazy. So you know he definitely kept me on my fucking toes. You know what I mean? And Leanda, you know it's always amazing for Baraka to beat Cetrion. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, that shit was so interesting.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny, man. Fuck that. And then everything after that was just amazing. By the way, chat, the match with Leanda's gonna come tomorrow, so that'll be on my page. Hopefully he doesn't cry about that.
He will.
Somebody in your
He
chat
will.
is-
I
So
feel like commentating is like when relating to competing. I feel like that can put a lot more pressure on. I feel like most of the commentators of today, they figured out the formula. It's like a similar formula. Don't bash the players, you know, don't really talk shit, like stuff like that.
yeah,
I feel like that was a lot more prevalent in early Mortal Kombat when it was kind of like the Wild West. But I feel like more so today, they've kind of settled into a good formula of like, you know, be supportive. Hey, he can do this. He can make a comeback, blah, blah, blah.
oh yeah,
And I feel like that really, really helps. Because like if you get like a toxic commentator, it becomes like really, really tough. Like as far as like, oh, he keeps mashing, he's doing this, he's doing that, blah blah blah, and then it becomes like, man, fuck this. I guess it's like, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that kind of brings up another question I have. Specifically kind of for Last Bad Day, like when you compete, because I know you compete in Rossies and you do a bunch of different kinds of competitions. Do you watch the stream when you're competing, or do you like turn it off? What's your like? What do you do to warm yourself up to right before you do your match type shit?
Yeah, actually, kind of funny. I actually, when I can before competing, I don't typically play anyone. Like I'll hop in training mode for like 5 minutes and like just practice my combos and stuff like that. I actually really like to do like, especially if I have like a number of events that are kind of back to back, and I'm going to be playing for like, you know, a couple hours or so.
Right.
I like to do a breathing exercise that I do every day. and it kind of helps me get in like a good headspace and just to like notice, if maybe I'm kind of bringing anything from the day, whether that's like being frustrated at anything or whatever, like if I might be kind of bringing that into the game, so it kind of helps me be aware of that and like um, I think it's been very useful, especially in the more stressful situations.
So like
Um,
your breathing exercises kind of like level the playing field, so to speak, as far as emotion wise.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, especially when, like, I found it to be especially useful when I'm going against people that use characters that like really kind of frustrate me, like Cetrion or Sindel or something like that. If I
Right.
know I'm going against somebody who mains them, I really try to do that because like because honestly, like those kind of characters can just put me on tilt so badly if I like am already feeling frustrated from something that happened during the day, and then like I go and have to like you get fucking screen KB'd from full screen and lose half your life
Right.
and lose the game from that. Like it's easy to go on tilt if you're not kind of aware of how you're already feeling anything. So,
Makes sense.
um, but yeah, in terms of like the stream and stuff, I keep it on. I'll usually mute it. If I like win a match in a really hype kind of close way, I'll like turn the volume back up and like listen to the
To the
response.
commentary real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just kind of like,
that's
but
cool.
yeah,
Hey, isn't it the worst thing though when because I've done a lot of exhibition sets and isn't it the worst thing like when you turn on like the volume after that because I know exactly what you're talking about and they're not even talking about your match like
oh
they're
yeah.
just talking about like fucking other shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I think it's funny. I'm just like, fuck, all right. You just see me in the background and you're just talking about who knows what in the
Yeah,
background.
bro. Yes,
Yeah.
See,
Freddy,
but I
Scooby, or
like that shit.
Shaggy. Yeah.
I like that shit. I like when they're not talking about my match because then it's like it's not interesting, but then in the middle of it, it's already fucking over, and I'm just like GG's, and they're like, wait, what? What did we? What happened? I'm like, you weren't paying attention, bro. I want my points. Where's my points
Yeah.
at?
I also notice, like, I don't know, LBD, if you do this, but I go for entertainment value. Like, if I'm competing, like, I want to choose something that I know at least people will, like, remember and be like, oh, he did this or
Mhm.
he did that. Like, I notice, like, not that, like, I try to intentionally lose, but I'll try to, like, mix in Johnny's fucking, his variation where he has the, what do you call it, the stunt double, or, like, just other, like, kind of goofy, like, whack shit, like, that
Yeah,
they'll like, oh shit, why is he using that? Why is he winning? Like this and that. Like
like
I feel like that.
everybody doesn't expect it because no one uses it type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the J
Yeah.
push that Thumper uses for the Joe push for
yeah,
Raiden.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's at least
Shout out to
interesting,
Unshaven
rather
for
than
that. Yeah.
seeing like Cetrion with her 3 regular abilities. Those are the toughest matches to commentate. By the way, I'll be perfectly honest. When it's like a Cetrion versus Cetrion, they both have the same abilities. It's like, all right, buckle up. We're in for an interesting one, aren't we, boys?
Here's another
Like,
tornado. Oh, there's a tornado. Up, down for a
yeah,
tornado.
I like Joker
We're about to
players
go to
now
sleep.
because they kind of like have to work a little harder for their like.
dude,
match.
LBD was kind of showing me yesterday that I hated Joker before customs because he was just using ace and knaves, man. I was having like a lot of trouble with it. I'm like, man, I like when you had your custom shit. Like this was like it was
Right.
like way easier.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's kind of the thing. I like. I mean, with some characters, and one of the reasons I actually love Joker so much is just because he has so many customs that like work. In a competitive setting. Like I think I've probably used like 5 or 6 different variations now in like exhibitions and tournaments, and I mean to different degrees of success, I guess. But um, that is kind of one of the things that I like doing. Like you were talking about, Vape, is like, um, especially if I'm up against somebody who I know, like I don't need to choose the super cheap ones against, and I don't mean that to sound like an asshole, but like I'll try like to go into the first game with like a really off meta variation and just see what happens, and if they demolish me, then they'll choose one that's better. But like, I
Makes
mean,
sense.
um, he has a lot of stuff that people don't see a lot.
He's got like a
So
mixed bag of shit he could use.
There's just
yeah,
pressure too, man. It's fucking crazy. I
Yeah.
tried using 2 anti-meta variations against LBD yesterday, and they got blown up quick. I was like, all right, well, this isn't the move. I tried using Spellmaster Shang, and then I tried using Nightwolf, where he throws the axe at the ground, and
Oh.
Moonfall,
didn't
isn't
work.
that?
Oh yeah, it didn't work. It's funny though. It's cool to try though.
So when you're choosing your variant of Joker, like, how do you, like, I guess how do you keep all the meta together in your head? Like, how do you know when one works and when one doesn't work as well?
I mean, okay, so there's like a few. I kind of break it into like three kind of categories at this point. Like, there are like the go-to, like two variations that I would either be Kapow Jumpy Jester or Kapow Boing, depending on the matchup. They're kind of like, you really can't go wrong with those. And then there are certain variations I find that are like good counter picks for certain characters. Like against Spawn, for instance, I'll always use the Boing Jumpy Jester and Batsy Pew Pew.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, like one of the things that people don't like, Joker, I think actually loses that matchup with the conventional variation because he has to try to get in on Spawn, who actually has more range. But in that variation, Joker can zone Spawn and make Spawn have to chase him around, and every time Joker gets his turn, he'll just like boing away and like keep zoning him.
Right.
And like it's a nightmare for Spawn. So
It's like frustrating. It's a game of cat and mouse at that point.
yeah, and it makes the Spawn players often uncomfortable, I think, because they go into that matchup thinking they're just going to zone me the whole time, and then suddenly they can't. They're like, "What the fuck do I do?" So
Yeah,
stuff
trying
like
to zone LBD is kind of hard, to be honest, and I play Shang.
well, that's the thing though. It's like stuff like that, or like there's certain characters that can punish the back forward four pretty hard. So like the corpse trot move, it can be useful in those matchups. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I like the trap based stuff probably the most. And I think it can be useful too. Like sometimes in a set, what I'll do is like I'll start off with like a certain variation, and then I'll like use it to kind of see how my opponent deals with it, and then like if I feel like the game was close and I can lose another game and still be okay in the third and like adapt for the rest of the set, maybe I'll go like this like game. I'll go to like a really weird variation just to like. I don't know.
Just to throw them off a little bit, so then they don't have that full download going.
Yeah. Like one of the things I really like to do is to like just switch on my strategy as much as I can with the different variations, because just because he can, like a lot of other characters don't really have that luxury, but Joker kind of does. So I think it's cool to kind of keep your opponent really having to adapt to not only what you're doing in the previous match, but then like on the fly with how
What you're
applying
doing
the
now.
variation. Yeah.
Okay, in the moment. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just interested because I'm trying to learn the Joker matchup a little bit better, especially because I was telling you before I fought against Jering and he beat me with the corpse trot, which I didn't even know what that was like until he played me with it, because no one ever plays that variant really.
Is that the one where he calls it in and like it just like it can explode like after
Yeah,
so
well,
long?
no, it's a high.
That's hostage
right?
hop. That's I think the one he's thinking
I'm
of.
sorry. Oh, okay.
He's like the spinning shit.
Yeah, he just
Oh.
spins the corpse around you and shit. It's cool. It's cool. I hadn't seen it until I went against Jering, and it was really cool. Interesting to fight against.
I know which one you're talking about now. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one. Who was telling me? And they're like, that's a high thumper. I was like, oh, oops, I didn't know.
Yeah, the very end hit
That
is
might
a
have been
high,
slutty.
but like the entire active frame is like not a high. It's
It's a
fucking
mid.
weird.
I think it's a mid.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and Jering is like a god at that move. Like I think hands down he's the best Joker player at applying that move in a real match.
you can apply so much pressure with that fucking move too. Oh my gosh, it's insane.
I went against it firsthand, bro, and there wasn't shit I could do. I mean, I have a clip of where I had it was like 65% combo, something like that I hit him with, and 2 bars and fatal, and I still didn't even take a set. That shit had me salty, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit had me real salty. I had to learn what that fucking move was and everything. I was pissed. And even then, when I was in the tournament, I wanted to fight against him, but I didn't. I didn't do good enough against my buddy Dolphin. Fucking RoboCop, man.
I think he played. I played Dolphin before. You think he used Cabal though?
Yeah, he will. He'll use his Cabal, his Dolphin,
His dolphin.
rope. Yeah,
His Dolphin wants to go pee.
RoboCop.
Yes, sir.
The Dolphin Fart Rocket.
Yeah.
That's right.
I haven't heard from Schluddy or the Pond in a minute. Did you guys want to chime in on that?
Shit.
On anything?
LBD.
Yeah.
Fellow Joker player, right? Okay, I was watching Cease's stream one night, right? And he just like combines Kapow and Corpse Strut, like the spinning shit. You can get 40 off one bar.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That
the
shit is
damage.
retarded.
Yeah, the damage is ridiculous.
Fuck.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might do that shit.
In the corner, it's even more too. I think it's like
Yeah.
43. Yeah.
It is. It is. Yep.
Yeah. I was messing around with that variation, and I was like, damn, you literally killed people in 2 hits. But I was like, I don't know. I just, for me at least, it takes away too much else that he has, like to take away the regular back forward 4, but also like another option that kind of helps him kind of enforce his game plan, whether that's the jumping gesture or the boing or whatever, right? Like, a lot of damage, but I don't know. Maybe to play that one, you have to have better neutral than I have. So
I also like seeing you guys with your fancy combos, and I'm like, damn, I don't have to push like any of that. Like I just do force lift into uppercut, and then if I do that enough, I win.
Fair.
Right.
Shang Tsung, and then you could soul swap if you chose.
Yeah,
Which
no,
actually,
he
you
just
get more damage if you soul swap into a combo. Actually,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna freaking keep uppercutting. Fuck all that. Uppercut. The simplest fucking B&B ever. Just force lift down 4, force lift into uppercut.
There you go. Now you're learning.
I like how I watched X's whole video. I'm like, okay, so I have to uppercut.
There you go. Just do it. You just walked up, standing one, and then uppercut. That's all you need.
Yes, sir.
so since Thumper was talking about bad habits, do you guys have any kind of like bad habits against certain matchups or certain characters? Like, for me, I have a bad habit of overusing slide against RoboCop, and that's how I lost against my match with Dolphin.
Talking about Sub-Zero.
No, Noob Saibot.
Alright. As a
That's
new
a horrible
sub-
matchup all the way.
Actually, no. Actually, it's really not that bad if you have.
It's not
air
great. It's not a great matchup,
You
but
have
it's
to
not
use. You
terrible.
have to use air teleport and ghost ball and slide.
Yeah.
You-
Against Cabal? Is that
I
what you
don't.
said?
I don't. No, against RoboCop.
Oh, against RoboCop. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Schluddy's the he just got kicked for some odd reason. But yeah, I would imagine that you'd literally have to be predicting teleport that whole time, wouldn't you?
For
'Cause,
what?
For Noob Saibot against RoboCop, isn't that what you said?
Yeah, air
Well,
teleport. Air teleport comes
there's
out
sliding
way
back.
faster than regular teleport. My bad. I don't know.
Yeah, he's right. Air teleport is the way to do it. I didn't have that, but he's right.
The
biggest issue is RoboCop's low auto. He low profiles every teleport you do, so you're gonna have to use the air teleport to catch him before he gets into his active frames of shooting you.
You gotta time it really well.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
know
so that's what you were doing
several
against
Holt.
Halt.
Yeah,
Shall I?
that's what I was doing against Holt.
You guys ever just be playing Shang Tsung and you turn into them? You're like, oh, you have none of the good shit. You have
Yeah.
none. You have none of the good shit. You're playing non-upgraded Jackie. What am I doing?
Gotta play neutral, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, fuck all
He's like,
that.
"What is neutral? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
They turn into
sad.
Joker, or you turn into their Scorpion. You find out they don't have the teleport cancel, and you're like, well, I guess I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't like my variant of Scorpion then. You'll just have Misery Blade and you'll be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, you got the Fireball and shit, you got Demon Dash. I'm like, alright, well, you keep that on that side.
That's Samurai Showdown is what Exit calls it.
Honestly, I think that's his best move. Honestly, his abilities.
Which one?
I think
Misery
you're
Blade.
high.
I think.
Oh,
Misery
yeah.
Blade is-
It keeps
I
him safe.
honestly, Yeah, it's just like if they would have fixed that little poke that's like a mid, that'll keep him safe. That shit will be so good, but it just
It
doesn't work
works,
against
but
certain
it's
characters.
not. Yeah, it's not viable all the time. Like
Yeah.
if you're really gonna use the variant, you're always using overhead or low, and that's just
Well,
the way it is.
it does buff his back one though, because like he could like special cancel out of it and at least be +1. Like there's mind games there.
Well, the best part is the cancel, because then you can
Yeah.
cancel, use the overheads, the lows, and then cancel into grabs or short hops or whatever the fuck you want. Layers, man. Just have that person
Layers.
mixed. Yeah.
Ogres have layers.
Like if you didn't notice in our matchup, Thumper, that's why I kept just throwing forward 3 for like random on block. I was just forward 3, short hop, forward 3,
Yeah.
and then Misery Blade just to throw you off because I was testing to see what you do if you poked. I wanted to hit you with the poke,
Right.
but
I
you
thought you
never
were
really
just
did.
I thought you were just playing like a crackhead for a minute, and then I was like, okay, I'm kind of seeing a little bit of a pattern here.
Yeah, he's like, Joe's back to his crackhead ways.
I'm
I
like,
see.
oh my gosh, here we go. And then I was like, okay, there's a bit of a pattern here. You know what the
Right.
funny thing is? I'm not really familiar. I guess I need to get like my other characters more familiar with going against like certain moves or like characters that I know I'm familiar with while I'm using
Right.
Baraka. Because like with the Raiden Joe push, it is kind of hard to. I do have to actually play neutral and like make you whiff punish with the actual Joe
Right.
push. Instead of because sometimes I do catch myself trying to play like Baraka and trying to rush you down with Raiden, which that does not work.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Those short hops almost worked for a little while. Like
Right.
I was getting mixed there. You kept doing them back ones, and I was just like, all right, he's either gonna grab or he's just gonna keep back oneing and try to do a damn short hop again. And
Yeah.
I just learned the pattern. You know,
I was I was definitely living or dying by the back one. I agree.
he really was. He really was, man.
I feel like this
The
is the only
biggest
good mix.
The biggest mistake I make with Shang is I'll try to play him like how I play Nightwolf and be like, I can rush you down, and then realize I should not be doing this.
Right.
Hey, balls.
Yeah, you definitely should be zoning or like just whiff punishing with Shang. From what I see and when I play with Shang, and yeah, it sucked playing against Joe's Kotal as Shang. Because
Yo, that was actually fun though.
It was
That
fun. It was
as
fun,
hell.
but every
You
single
beat
time
the
I got
shit
into
out of me.
forward, yeah, every time I would get into like forward, what is his Kotal's forward 2 range?
Forward
Like I was like,
2, yeah.
fuck. I was like, I have to
Well,
try
see,
and
what-
flaws block this. I was trying
What
to,
he
and it
would
just
do
wouldn't happen.
Is he would wait for me to get real close. He'd be waiting on block, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And I'd go to do forward 2, and then he would just down 3 or down 4 my ass before.
You
I
down
could
4
do
lift.
anything.
You were picking up that it was fake.
I
So
was like, "What the fuck is this, bro?" You were hitting me with that though a lot. I
Did you
was
say,
like,
did you say
"Flipping
down
out."
4 lift is fake?
yeah, like I mean,
Oh, no.
if they're not blocking,
Okay, dude, I'm
four
the new
lift is
host of
very
this
real.
podcast. Thumper is kicked. Thumper is fucking kicked.
but I mean, if we're being honest, like it's not real. You know what I mean? It's not
Yes,
a
it
combo.
is. Yes.
It is.
It-
real.
it's gonna
How many times
land.
have I caught you
It's-
with down 4
How's it
lift?
not? How's it
It's
not
gonna
real?
land, but it's like
Down 4
If
lift is
you
the most
see-
real thing in this
if you
game.
see it
Answer this
coming-
question. How many times have I done down 4 lift on
gosh,
you?
I knew I should have
How
just
many
shut my
times-
mouth on this.
How many
Yo,
times have you
you-
punished it? No. I want to know how many times have you
Hold-
punished when I've
hold
done
up.
down 4 lift?
He said,
Okay.
You have
What?
offended
Nah.
Vape.
Because
Yo,
my
this shit is
dumbass
real.
doesn't seem to adapt,
It's the
and
most real
so
thing in this game.
Yeah,
it doesn't combo. It doesn't combo because he finally caught on to it, and he saw when I was doing down 4, he would automatically block the lift.
Right.
So, you
Did
know,
you punish it?
Well, see, what I did
You're
to
just
him that kind of fucked him
Maybe
up a
one
little
time.
bit was he did down 4, and then I let him hit the down 4, and then I flawless blocked the lift, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Let me tell you
see.
guys where his lift is the most useful. It's on wake up,
Oh my
man. He will
God.
fucking kill people trying to wake up on you.
Actually,
jump
it
ins.
covers so many options on wake up. Like if you jump, if you forward roll, if you wake up armor, if you like hella shit. The only thing that will fuck you over is when you delay wake up. That's like the
Yep.
only thing. That is the
Yep.
only thing. But think about it. Think about how many options you cover. Even back rolls in certain situations. I forgot what man. I never released this video, but there's this string that Shang does that when you do lift on wake up when they're waking up, it covers like damn near every single option. It just I lost that clip. I need to lap that. Now I'm curious. Like yeah, that's just really good. Honestly, lift is mad underrated. Like
Yeah, I completely dropped ground eruption, dude. Like something I never thought I would do because I'm like, I actually like this shit. Like off his back 1, down 2 thing, you can do an uppercut, down 4, and then lift them. I fucking love it.
yeah.
Like his
And
lift is really good.
You get that brute to be a sweat after you just dominate your opponent.
I know.
Wait. We've already
Good
sidetracked out of the original subject, which is habits with certain characters.
Oh.
That was my original question.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah, bad habit, down 4 lift.
That's not
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's as good as
No,
it gets.
bad habits you do against like certain character matchups,
Oh.
not just a certain move.
For me, Jackie, I just if I see Jackie, I'm just spine bursting until I fucking die.
Yo, I noticed that. I was
not
like,
bad,
this
though.
man kept spine bursting I couldn't do shit.
I don't want you to jump. You're not gonna do jump. Like it's not gonna happen. And then it does happen because it's Jackie. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
One bad habit I do have for real though is I'll always try to shimmy people with 114, and if that doesn't work, I'll always throw 2 fireballs after that just to keep it safe. And like good players will like duck that because I don't think people
Yeah.
know you can duck the second one, and I always get blown up by that. But against like I'm used to like it working on like lesser competition, so like I just keep it safe no matter what. And then you run into like an Aztec or something like that or Cease, and your shit gets blown up.
Right.
But yeah, so
Or
that's a bad
LBD.
habit I have.
Right? Like,
Well, I know. I honestly, Vape, I know exactly what you mean because, like, with the vast majority of people, they don't ever like flawless block Joker's back forward 4. But like, I remember the first time I played against like Tweety, and the very first time I do forward 2-1 into back forward 4, he boss blocks and launches me, and I'm like, wow, this is how it's gonna be, eh?
Yeah, this is
And,
the start
like-
of a great set.
Yeah.
LBD basically said, emotional damage! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Counter.
It's like, holy shit. So, just to throw it in there, I think one of my bad habits in a matchup would be playing against Jackie with the bounce, and I like in situations where I know she's going to do it, and I try to down to her, and like, I don't know if it's just the delay or whatever, but I just get blown up and lose the game from it. It's happened so many times.
Yeah, they'll tend
It's
to
like-
air shrapnel every time you do down 2. Like, that's for me. Just in general, bro. Like, I always get hit with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Her hitbox, bro. Bullshit.
It's so tilting too because it's like in certain situations it's like her only option is to do this, it's to jump at you, and you're ready for it, and you still lose, and you're just like,
Right. Very
Why?
tilting situation.
Yes.
For real.
I agree. Anybody else want to chime in on bad habits or bad habits toward other
X
characters?
is gonna want to shoot me, dude, but I'll do down 4 and a slide with Aaron Black. It is what it is.
Oh my god, I'm fucking out. I'm not doing this fucking shit. I'm
I,
out.
I will short hop a motherfucker until they realize I'm short hopping them every single time. I will do it. Like, I mean, if you watch any of the competitive sets I did on Rossi's, I short hop Trin almost to death. Like, no, I just love the ability to do that, just like in the neutral. But I wasn't even gonna try to do that against Thumper. I already know he's privy to my bullshit.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm familiar.
It hasn't been long enough, apparently.
Yeah, right.
Only got one short hop on you. It's bullshit.
For me, I would probably say it's the mirror, the Aaron mirror. I feel like I
Oh
always get
yes,
beat
the
by
Aaron, you're the most
infamous.
toxic set you will ever see in
Bro,
your
it's
life.
like it's literally who's the most like trash player will win that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm just
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm like bro, like what I do with Aaron, dude, is just like I'm just doing, you know, scud shot and acid and like playing neutral. But these Aaron mates, time to drop kick, wake
Yes,
up
sir.
try. And
Forward
I'm just
four.
getting mixed, and I'm just like tilted before the match even starts, and I'm just like I don't even want to play this game. Like that's probably like the only mirror in the game where I'm just like, dude, I fucking
You know,
hate
that
this
brings
game.
that brings up my bad habit. I hate Aaron Black's 2-1-2.
Yeah.
And if they got the slide cancel, fuck my life. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I get to just wait while you press the fucking longest string in America 4 times in America. Like, okay.
Yeah, yeah, just playing against Aaron players in general. Even though I am a main, Aaron main, you know what I mean? But just like, I feel like 90% of the people don't know how to play this fucking character. I swear to God, it's like, I don't even want to be associated with this character. I'm a
Yeah, I
Baraka
know.
player now. That's what I tell people. I'm a
Yo,
Baraka
Oh,
main.
Sid's gonna go off in the chat. Oh my gosh, I already
I'm
know
just
it.
like, oh yeah, exit, yeah, bro. Pull out that Aaron. I'm a Baraka main, but I'll use Aaron. He's like one of my sides, you know. Just play it off as that.
He's
'cause
one of my
I don't
sides.
want to be associated with these trash ass Aaron players.
Just
We're
play
out
new,
here, brother.
Just play the new
We are-
Tribot, bro.
You're right.
Any of the
So-
characters that have like the mix that just is overwhelming and delay are just, I don't know, there's such a huge difference between playing somebody who's actually really good at those characters versus like your average KL person on Wi-Fi. But like
Hey,
it's still
who was
it's still
it?
effective, you know?
Who was
I
it?
hate-
I forget what his name is. Oh, Red Nose. I played his Aaron Black. God damn, that character. That guy was good.
Oh yeah,
There's
the
a
Almighty Red
couple
Nose.
really good ones out there.
No, there's
I think-
like Pulse is like really. Have you ever had Pulse on your channel?
No, never had the pleasure. Invited him,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
no.
you did? Yeah, dude, he's one of my favorites to watch. Him, Hayate, of course, and then Josh, he's also a fucking killer. There are good Aaron players out there, but it's just like, it's
Yeah, like me.
far in between.
Oh my gosh. Or like you know, like Chet, like he's a top 5 Iron
Oh,
Man.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
Slutty, did you want to talk about your of course all your bad habits? No, I'm just kidding. About any of your bad habits?
Okay, like when I'm playing Cole Young, right, and like every match,
I'm playing Cole Young.
Cole Young.
yeah, when I'm playing, like I can't see, like since he's a bottom line character, I can't like
You
say
sound like
I'm,
you're cutting
playing
out.
Cole Young. Yes. I'm playing Cole Young against Cetrion, like I can't do anything. Like what am I supposed to do? Try to kick through her? No, it doesn't work because it's fucking slow as shit and fucking it's -5 on block.
Oh my god.
But you have to endanger his family, then he becomes top tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these effects. Yeah, for
Exactly.
some reason,
Oh, he
plot
has
armor
a-
and that character is fucking crazy.
Dude, I try to use his plus string. It's under the name. It's a birthmark Cole, and there's like 5 flawless blood gaps, and it's 3 hits, and I don't understand.
It's a birthmark Cole.
That movie was fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, that shit was...
Oh, you don't understand. That's his variant. That's his
His
variant.
birthmark.
Yeah.
That means he's born with it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I love how they just looked at the Mortal Kombat universe and like, this is all great. Let's use none of the good stuff.
Yeah. Arcana, you know. Exactly.
Yeah.
Arcana means
Fuck.
family. Wait, no, that's Lilo and Stitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It means no worries, right? For the rest of your
For
day.
the yeah, exactly. Oh no.
It's a
Pon, did you want to
problem,
talk
dude.
about any habits that you have against characters, or if
I don't think Cole is here.
Koi, are you still here? I know.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
hear you say my name. Well, I don't have any bad habits, so
Oh, of course not.
I play this guy all the time in casuals. He is perfection. Let me just say
Yes.
that.
Oh, that's
listen, bro. The last time I played Vape Coach, this man, I think I won like 2 games and he won 5, and then he mercied me on the last set and then dips.
What a G!
Bro,
Fucking
the
G!
most toxic
I like
shit.
Coach even more. What a G!
Yo, I love that shit.
I did the same thing to Shavs. He was winning. He mercied me, so I fatal blow. It worked, and I left. Mid fatal blow. I have to show dominance, bro. It's the only way.
He
Right.
upload and then he's like,
Respect it.
peace.
Deuces. Just
Yeah, bro, you expect me to stick around? It's a whole cutscene. I'm not sticking around for that.
Enjoy this cinematic. I'm gonna dip real quick.
Yeah, bro, you stay here. This is your place.
hold that real
Don't
quick.
worry, I'll be right back. Never
Yeah, bro.
came back.
Yeah, bro, don't you worry, guys. I have a plan. Vape coach has left the game.
We got Light Ammo saying, "Hey, do you think Kodo is brain dead?"
Yes.
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 Easiest command
Definitely.
grab.
Yeah, he's fucking.
No, because I feel like brain dead people like at least still have some cognitive thought deep down. That's not what you'll find with Kodo. If I'm just being perfectly honest.
I think I mean, what is it? Down back 2
Mid
for
command
his
grab.
fucking command grab, and it's a mid. Yeah, no.
No,
That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
like, why can't everybody else have easy input? Huh?
And I'm sorry, Light Ammo. I know that's your character. But you know, that's 50 Shades of brain dead.
Yes, sir.
I think there's worse characters, to be honest, though. Just throwing it out there.
There is.
Who's that?
There definitely is.
Like who? Who is the
Aaron?
worst character?
Aaron.
No, I don't think
right.
Aaron's the worst character.
Oh,
I think
don't even.
Worst
Yes,
character of all time trophy award
No, wait.
goes
What do you mean
to-
by
For
worst?
for
like,
for like
what's
dead
the
brain
goal?
or brain dead.
Brain-
Like
Jesus.
just
Oh, you
easy.
gotta
Oh.
have Sindel and sub for sure. Sindel.
Not-
Sub.
Yeah. Okay. Sindel. Yeah.
I go with sub just because all they do is down 4 in the slide.
Hey,
And
there's
that
nothing
shit
wrong with
works.
down 4 in the slide, alright? That's a fucking
That
family
shit works.
heirloom. We do that shit around here.
We do that.
Yo, what the fuck?
It's just like that.
Yeah, bro.
Down
People keep
4
saying
in
all this
slide
stuff is
should be
real.
bad.
I'm plus. No, you're not. Like, I'll prove it.
You're getting clipped.
Bro, I'll prove it.
I'll prove it. That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. I'm plus 17. Yeah, well, show me.
Yo, toxic as fuck. Yeah, show me down 4 in the slide. Fuck.
Bro, before I started doing exhibitions and became Mr. Rogers, bro, I was in the trenches of fucking
Mr.
Combat
Rogers.
League. I remember how it was done. I remember getting DDoS and death threats. And I found X Hunt's videos. I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, there's a community here. And then I found everyone else.
Since there's a community here.
It's just
Yeah,
X Hunt.
right.
Yeah, I see the community.
Yeah, we're going
He's
strong.
like, I got the support, bro. Don't worry about it.
We're going strong.
Yeah. I'm like, here's another dude that doesn't take shit from anybody. I can keep doing what I'm doing. And then,
Yeah, right. He just
You
says,
this moment,
you gotta
he
make your
knew
own
he
ways,
fucked
man.
up.
You can't let these new guys be starstruck with all these, streamers and shit. Make your own way, honestly.
No, seriously though, if I didn't find people, like if I didn't find Exit, Thumper, Sid, like there's no way. Even Slutty with his ass, but
Fuck you.
I wouldn't be playing this game anymore. Like it's a weekly thing now that I have to take a break just for my mental health.
yeah, I learned that the hard
Just
way,
for
man.
my
I'm not
mental
even kidding.
health. You still have your mental health at this point? Shit, I'm competing and shit.
It's hanging. It's hanging.
He's hanging. It's hanging.
it's yeah,
By like a
by a
thread.
thread. Yes, exactly. A very thin thread.
It's alright, bro. We're all there with you, fam.
See?
Munchin Puss said worst character is Shao Kahn. Player loses first round and switch to Jade Scummy. Well, I mean, yeah, Brain Dead. I think.
bad at the game.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Unshaven said Sub-Zero, Jade, Sindel, Jackie, and Joker are way worse than Kotal. Joker, I don't really think so. Well, I don't know. He's a good character. Of
Joker
course, we got
is
LBD here.
category.
Joker is one of the best characters ever. Who said that they're
He's
bad?
not brain dead.
No, I didn't. No, he made-
Oh,
he
brain
meant
dead.
brain
no,
dead.
no, I don't think Joker's brain dead.
He's the hardest,
Nah.
top tier to use for sure. Like
I would think so.
Besides
as well.
You
Fujin, I
cannot
think
argue,
Fujin's
no.
harder to use.
Fujin is bottom one. Stop.
Oh, don't do that.
I think the thing about Joker is that like his meta variation is very similar to how Kotal's works, minus the command grab, where it's just like you have ridiculous reach and you do everything into like a safe ender and you just harass people with that over and over and over again. And like you hit them, you do big damage. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not you're not mixing them, but it's like I don't know. Not
Ketchup
as-
saying Lou bottom one. All right, Ketchup.
That's respectable.
Sorry. Sorry to
Do we
interrupt
need
you, by the way.
do we need a timeout? Ketchup, real quick?
No,
Nah,
it's
let's go. Yes.
No.
Just kidding, Ketchup.
I'll speak to him later, bro. We'll have a deep
about his
conversation.
about his paycheck.
Yeah, bro, it's getting slashed in half now at this point.
Damn, not the slashed in
Uh-oh.
half. Fuck.
Yeah, bro, I gotta garnish some of his wages, bro.
Damn,
Even if that-
bro.
even
Are you
if
the
that-
IRS? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
bro.
The
You be
garnish.
collecting them taxes early this year. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. But yeah, Thumper, do you want to compete in the tournament? By the way, I don't know. I didn't ask you.
That's this Sunday, correct?
Yeah.
What time is it
time?
at? Yeah, because I think what time did you say? I think you said 8, but I didn't know if it was like Eastern time or like what exactly.
Oh, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna double check. I know the Chiefs game is actually this Sunday. They're in the AFC.
Oh, that's right.
They're
Yeah.
in the AFC Conference Championship. So, I mean that's early though. So I think I'll be good, but I'm gonna double check because I'll be with my chick and her kiddos.
What
that
sounds
day.
more entertaining, by the way? I just want to ask because I know I do them fewer now, but like tournaments or exhibitions. Like, what is the
Exhibitions.
really?
Tourneys.
No.
You can build a
America's
storyline off of exhibitions, not really tournaments. Tournaments is just like, okay, we're gonna compete.
You know, like tournaments
our
are
shit.
great, but you gotta build like the players. So exhibitions are what build all the players. I feel like.
I don't know. That's
This
hard
is
for
so
me.
much more
I mean,
work.
but if you're running a bracket for money, you're gonna get people that are going to sweat though. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
also a fact. That's also a
That is
major
true.
fact.
I think
But,
the
I
thing
mean-
for me. Oh, go ahead.
But the thing is, you're gonna have people like Cease that just join every time, just take the bag every time. So
Cease doesn't actually join every tournament. You'd be surprised. I know we talk about he does, but sometimes he doesn't. But when he doesn't, like somebody like Tweety definitely will. Sometimes I actually got them both this weekend, but it's
Oh shit.
sometimes it can be kind of a dud though, and it's kind of a risk because you put up $100, and sometimes
Mhm.
you know
they're like,
13
"Oh shit,
people
free
show
bag."
up. Yeah, like 13 people will show up, and it's like I can't reduce the money at this point, so we'll just do our best, I guess.
Right. I
Don't
definitely
worry.
I definitely want to make it. I'll
Straws.
get you an answer soon though on that. And then
If beef
I
breaks
do
out,
like
I'll
the
put 50
exhibitions
in.
for my personal thing is like obviously I won't be able to make a whole lot of tournaments, so I'll be able to make exhibitions because I'll be like, okay, well,
let me ask you, what kind of formula do you guys ask? I'm at this point.
What?
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 He's thinking.
Did you die?
I think
Oh, stop.
his controller died probably.
Oh no, I'm good. But what do you think? Like, what could be interesting? It's not a tournament. It's not an exhibition. I want something that's like somewhat easier to run, if that makes sense. But it's
Beef
maybe
sets.
not as.
Beef
Nobody's got.
sets.
That stuff feels so fake to me, though.
Nah.
It's easier said than done. It is easier said than done.
Like, oh, these two people hate each other. He called them dumb on Combat League, so now they have to fight, and whoever wins.
Yeah, selling it is kind of dumb. You
Yeah,
kind of got a
sometimes
good
beef
point
sets
there.
are not always all that. It's just like, I don't know.
Like,
They gotta
needs to
happen
be built
organically.
into it. Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
money
it's
matches are
like,
kind
and
of
it's
like
like
a-
at the end of it, they're all gonna be friends, and it's like, oh, I don't know. It just feels kind of silly to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fuck you.
When you say easier to
Oh my
run,
gosh.
like than exhibitions, what exactly do you mean?
Getting people to sign up, then matchmaking, then dealing with fallouts and potential subs, and then just stuff like that. It's a whole process. So with a tournament, it's just like, here, your name goes here, and you fight this person. I have nothing else to do with it.
Right.
Maybe something a little bit more work, but not quite as much as exhibitions. Like the team battles I was doing, I feel like those were cool, but for that, I feel like prize money would eventually have to be attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Have you
but
ever
the
looked...
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just
No,
gonna
I
say,
was
have you ever? Oh, sorry.
this is the whole podcast at this point. No, but the problem with that is you have to put a decent amount of money because how do you split $100 amongst 6 people? So,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
What about clan battles?
But I mean, I feel like there's not a lot of clans that are still competing, man. Like that's the issue. Like, when was the last time you heard of a clan battle?
That
Like,
is true.
besides, like,
And it's always within like the community of people that are always competing that are watching those. You know what I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying. And it's like, you know, it's TGC. They do clan battles and stuff, but it's like you gotta get people's schedules right amongst 13 people, damn near, including a streamer to host it, and then it becomes, you know,
It's hard.
like
It seems hard.
No,
just
that
being in a
team shit
clan.
you did with Cease, that shit was amazing. Like
I like
I
that.
did like
was
that.
the
That was
greatest
amazing.
fucking
Like
shit.
no, it wasn't good. It was amazing. It was like really enjoyable to watch. Like
Thanks.
throughout the gate, it was just like that. I thought that was really dope.
But the thing about that is, it's like, okay, cool, it's a new format, but after a while, you know, I had people asking, okay, so is there money attached to this? And anytime you get those kind of questions,
Yeah.
it starts leading to like, fuck, alright, so this might not be a thing that I can...
Money
I
fucks up a lot of
definitely think it should
things
be
up,
like,
like
I
what
don't know, maybe like
Exo
a
said.
one-off a month or something. Like I think that'd be cool. Like not making it
Yeah.
everyday thing. Like it'll be very special. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and there could be some kind of weight behind it maybe, but as far as clan battles go, man, I mean, I just don't know too many clans that are competing today, to be honest. Like, I feel like more aren't than are, and that's no shade to anybody. I just feel like, I feel like the desire for that isn't necessarily there right now. Like, I feel like maybe a year ago it was,
Mm-hmm.
but not so much. And being in a clan that I saw my fair share of, you know, clan battles not happen, for one reason or the other, I just feel like maybe it's not there right now, or else more people would be doing them, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
Bro, we could do a clan battle. Like,
Westside Button match,
WBM?
that'd be dope.
yeah, versus TGC. We get Cisto because he's part of us.
I bet
yeah,
Kevin would be down for it though. Like no lie, he would be down for it. Anything to like entertain people, he's down for.
Yeah,
And
I
I'd be
mean,
down
we're
for
gonna
it as
get
well.
bodied, but you know, it's okay.
And I know.
That's not the attitude.
I
Y'all need to
know-
go in there and say you're gonna get the trophy. What the fuck?
There you go. Exactly.
Well, did I tell you guys what got presented to me was like a couple months ago? Rips Arena. I'm good friends with that guy, and he
Jetro.
and no, he was basically he was telling me that no, not Rips Arena, the streamer for the UK.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, he was telling me we should do a 5v5, everybody involved in my series and everybody involved in your series. And I told Cease about it, and at first we were all excited, but after a while he was telling me, he was like, that's probably not a good idea. There's dudes like Arn Kratos in there, Macaron, just basically these like legit pro players. And he was basically telling me with the connection from us to the UK, it wouldn't work out too good, and he doesn't want to like sign us up for anything just to go get slaughtered, something like that. Like, basically back to like my old competitive thing is the matches need to be competitive, and I agree with that.
Like they have to match, like you were talking about
Yeah,
before.
so he was basically telling me, he's like, why would you sign all your guys up just to go get killed when it's just like, he's basically telling me like, who's this gonna make look good in the long run? And so he basically talked some sense into me, and it was a pretty good move, so we just didn't do it. But right after that's when we started doing my team battles, and but yeah, I'm not gonna be doing those anymore just because I feel bad when I can't pay players, and just to split a small amount of money among 6 people doesn't seem right. So yeah.
Oh, actually, I did the math on that. Give me 1 second, sir. So if you split $100 among 16 people, you would give
No,
each
six.
player-
Six.
No,
Yeah,
Six.
16.
I didn't mean 16. You would come out to 16.6666667.
what the fuck?
Well, say
No,
that again.
honestly,
No,
That's like a
say it
black
again.
metal calculator over here.
Yeah, I did the math myself. $100 amongst 6 people, you would come out to giving each player 16.6666667 dollars.
So basically $17 a person.
Pretty much.
I don't know if people are gonna get too excited by that.
Dude, I get
Especially-
excited, bro. That's a meal.
But then with PayPal fees and all that shit,
Yes. Yep.
you made $11. Congratulations! Don't spend it all in one day.
Right.
Not a sponsor.
That's the other thing, dude. Is like crowdfunding. I wish I was good at that. It was like, I don't know. There's people that are pretty good at that, and I'm just like, damn. You just
I
pulled
can
in like
do
3.
it. Whenever I cash my checks, I'll put 100.
No, I'm saying like on a stream, like Like, you know how there's like people, hey, donate here to that. I wish I was like better at that. I don't know quite how to. I don't know if I gotta show some
Address
skin. What's going on here?
Hot tub stream.
Hot tub stream would definitely do it, man.
All
Yeah.
you gotta do is be like, hey, if anybody you gotta be like Slayer with the ASMR. Hey, I'm Chad. If anybody wants to donate to the bar,
That was a crazy read. Oh my god, chat.
My
family
Slayer,
thinks he's
the
crazy.
ASMR is like the greatest thing of the community.
Did I ever tell you guys my eventual plan is to invite True Dog Underdog onto my stream and then mute him? Wait, and then just
Oh
wait,
my
just listen. My plan is just mute him the entire time, and just I'm gonna make his like video camera really big so you can see him like mouthing all these stuff, and then I'll be talking. I'll be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that guy's saying, but anyway.
That'll be great.
And he'll
That'd
message
be
me,
pretty
hey, I don't
funny.
think my mic's working. Yeah, I'll get a new one. What do you want from me? I don't think my mic's working. Yeah, what do you want from me, bro? I'm just a commentator. I'm not a tech guy. It's just your thing.
That's your thing.
But or get fucking who's that other guy? Hey, everybody. Who's that guy?
Is it
Hello
super?
and welcome, Roof Mungler here.
From Mungler. Yeah, so that was
Oh
a
my
bad
gosh.
punish there, Vape Coach. What we need to do here is just like I would put his volume to the max. I need more.
I need more. Oh no.
Ketchup said I love True Underdog. Well, this explains everything, Ketchup.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Explains it.
Just leave the chat. Mods ban him, please.
God, man. What do you call it? Can you imagine that when that dude leaves a girl's house? All right, stay underdog. He's all sweaty and shit. Puts on his clothes. Stay underdog.
His robe, his MK11 robe.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah, the white
bathrobe.
one.
Kendra got timed out. I agree with that. He definitely deserves to get timed out.
Oh no,
But,
ketchup.
But also, I do want to thank people in the scene who have been nothing but kind to me. I did not expect like kind of the outreach I had, and for people like LBD who was there for me in a lot of ways. That guy is literally a fucking hero of the community, and I feel like
Agreed.
he needs like a lot more like respect. And me and him are both not in clans anymore. But as I was telling him, I don't feel like people like him need to be in one. I don't know. He's just a dope dude. So LBD is probably like one of the coolest people you'll meet in the scene by a mile.
Well, thanks for saying that, Vape. I mean,
Just
I don't-
because he's amazing.
I don't really know what to say, man. I'm just
Come on in, take a bow.
Come on.
I don't know. I
Because
just
LBD's the goat. He's from Canada too. He has bacon.
Oh my gosh.
Canadian Destroyer.
I mean,
Hey.
I don't know. I just think that we all need to be there for each other if we want to make the world a better place, right? So it's not like yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
100%.
So
Could not agree with you more on that. Because at the end of the day, you know, I like to be jokey and all this stuff like that, but it's cool. It's cool when you can talk to people like inside the scene and stuff. You can kind of like level with them and whatnot. LBD is definitely one of those guys. There's a few other people I've met. I feel like Kevin's one of those guys from TGC. There's a couple people you'll meet in the scene where, if, you know, you just message them and talk to them. You know, you'd be surprised with, you know, not. I feel like people think that a lot of people in the scene are just like dicks because they do downforce slide and other stupid shit. But there's a lot of there legitimately is a lot
at you,
of cool
Schletty.
people in the scene. Yeah, but yeah, there's legitimately a ton of cool people in the scene.
Yeah, no, I've come to find that out too myself. Just message people. The worst you're gonna get is no, I can't, or no.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And people won't respond to them. Where you're gonna get a ton of those, but I've yet to meet somebody who's like legitimate. Like, I am so mad that you messaged me right now. My day was going great, and then you decide to message me. I've never met that person.
Right.
You'd
Agreed.
be surprised, like, when you ask people for stuff, and they say, like, people, like, for some reason, they like when you ask them for favors. I've noticed, like, hey, I'd be honored. There's one dude I've met in my entire FGC career that literally, when I asked him to join my tournament, he asked me how much money's on the line. And this was a dude that was literally light years away from ever winning money. But yeah, I had one person that ever messaged me how much money's on the line. Everyone else was like, yeah, cool, I'll be there.
Damn. Well, that's dope.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean, I think at this point, like, for anyone still in the game and actually committed to being a part of the scene, like, we're not, I mean, there would be more efficient ways to get e-fame if that's what you really wanting, or money,
Yeah.
for your time, quite frankly. Like, I
Right.
mean, the money and the viewership of MK just isn't there, and it is what it is, right? Like, I mean, um, I think there can be benefits to having like a smaller community too. Um, but I mean, if you're really concerned about winning money, you might as well go play League of Legends and put the same amount of time in
Oh
it as
yeah, fucking
MK.
Brawlhalla or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Things with a bigger scene.
Yeah, I mean, we're all in it together, so I mean, as much as I was giving shit about Leanda, like I actually like the guy. I wish he handled that situation a little differently.
Out
I
of
just
the hundreds of people
That was wild.
I've met in the scene, and no names will be spoken, I think there's maybe 3 that I don't like, and it's not even like I legitimately hate them. It's just kind of like, it's like that. It's
I'd
not
rather
like,
not just Well, what's good in
yeah.
Shaven?
But
That's
everyone
cool.
else, dude, like anytime somebody comes to my inbox, I'm like totally cool to talk to them. Like, hey, what's up, man?
So I mean, I was planning on doing a cough afterwards. I don't know if anybody has any other questions or anything else before we end the podcast.
I'm
I
about
thought
to
it was a pretty
fucking go
good
to
little
sleep. I
open.
got school tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Your little baby ninja.
Yeah,
Dude,
little
I'm
homie's like 10 years
sorry.
old, man.
I'm the youngest in the scene.
And
I'll
you're
play.
barely even in the scene.
You're wise beyond your years, bro.
Exactly.
You said I'm gonna have like 3 wives in the next 3 years. That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to have a heart attack early, then yeah, I guess so.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
prone
I'm
to
down.
having
I'm down with polygamy. Fuck it.
All right then. I guess that will. Well, since Unshaven, you came in? Did you want to add anything?
No, that's fine.
Alrighty. All right. So I'm gonna start a cough. Everybody in here.
Shows up.
Everybody in here is more than welcome to join.
Yeah, send me an invite. I'll join.
underdog.
Oh god. Send me an invite. I'll play in just a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate Joe, Vape Coach, LBD, the special guests to come through. Of course, the Westside Button Mashers always being here.
For sure.
So much love to the chat. We'll see you guys here in a minute.
All right, much love, guys.
And stay underdog.